AirAsia QZ8501, plane crash blamed on weather. Bad weather was the biggest factor in the crash of AirAsia flight QZ8501, the Indonesian weather agency believes. The BMKG agency said initial analysis suggested icy conditions in the air had caused the engine to stall. The Airbus A320 vanished with 162 people aboard en route from Surabaya, Indonesia to Singapore last Sunday. The discovery of 4 large objects believed to be plane debris has raised hopes of finding the fuselage, where most bodies are believed to be trapped. Just 30 bodies had been recovered from the Java Sea as of Saturday morning. The plane's black boxes, its flight data and cockpit voice recorders, have yet to be located. Jump media player help out of media player. Press enter to return or tap to continue. Rupert Wingfield Hayes says search is still being hampered by bad weather. BMKG found conditions at the time of the plane's disappearance suggested it had probably flown into a storm. From our data it looks like the last location of the plane had very bad weather and it was the biggest factor behind the crash, said Edwin Aldrian, head of research at BMKG. These icy conditions can stall the engines of the plane and freeze and damage the plane's machinery. Officials have said the plane was traveling at 32,000 feet when the pilot's last communication was a request to climb to 38,000 feet to avoid bad weather. Workers carry the coffin of Miji Thurjakusuma, victim of the AirAsia flight QZ8501 crash, at a funeral home in Surabaya, Indonesia, January 3. Miji Thurjakusuma is one of the few victims to have been positively identified. The mother of Hendra Gunawan Sewell, victim of the AirAsia flight QZ8501 crash, prays near her son's coffin in Surabaya, January 3. The mother of victim Hendra Gunawan Sewell prayed by her son's coffin in Surabaya. Indonesian Navy personnel on the KRI Banda Aceh recover victims of AirAsia flight QZ8501 from the Java Sea, January 3, 2015. The search teams have recovered 30 bodies from the Java Sea despite tough weather conditions. Indonesian Navy personnel on the KRI Banda Aceh recover victims of AirAsia flight QZ8501 from the Java Sea, January 3, 2015. Victims in body bags were hoisted aboard a warship. Russian emergency workers unload their equipment from a Beriv B-200 amphibious aircraft at Pangkalan Bun Airport, Indonesia, January 3. Russian search teams arrived aboard a Beriv B-200 amphibious aircraft. High waves. Search Chief Bumban Soalistia said 4 large objects as well as oil slicks had been detected by sonar. The biggest object is 18 m, 59 feet, long and 5.4 m wide, he was quoted as saying by the Associated Press news agency, adding he believed the objects were parts of the plane. Another object is said to be 10 m long. Mr. Soalistia said an ROV, remotely operated underwater vehicle, was being lowered into the water to get an actual picture of the objects, which were at a depth of 30 m. But he warned that waves up to 5 meters high were hampering the search effort. Captain John Noble, a marine salvage consultant, told the BBC the fact the wreckage was 30 m down would help search teams. It is very diveable, he told the news channel. It is easy to get equipment down there. Map of AirAsia 8501, flight path and search area, January 2, 2015. A flotilla of ships, including 2 from the U.S. Navy, are converging on the site where the objects were located and preparing to put divers into the water. A Russian search team, including 22 deep-water divers and a remotely operated submersible vessel, is expected to join the hunt for the black boxes after arriving in Pangkalan Bun on Saturday. No permit to fly. It has emerged that AirAsia did not have official permission to fly the Surabaya-Singapore route on the day of the crash but was licensed on 4 other days of the week. The Indonesian authorities suspended the company's flights on this route pending an investigation. AirAsia said it would fully cooperate. There were 137 adult passengers, 17 children, and 1 infant, along with 2 pilots and 5 crew, on the plane, the majority Indonesian. 4 people have been identified so far: Hayati Lutfia Hamid, Grayson Herbert Linaksida, Kevin Alexander Soetjipto and Karunisa Haidar Fauza. AirAsia previously had an excellent safety record, with no fatal accidents involving its aircraft.